And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, continuing with this Star 22 custom franchise and this Year 2 playoff bracket here. Let's look at what the bracket looks like. We covered the Divisional series in the National League beginning last episode. Salt Lake City winning that game 1 and the Kansas City Monarchs winning as well. And now we will start with the American League Division series here. And we begin this episode with an intriguing matchup here. The winner of the American League West and the winner of the AL East this season, the New York Honey Badgers and the Los Angeles Dragons. Now, these are two teams that did not win their division last year. New York was in the postseason a year ago. They won the wildcard game, and then they ended up beating the Raptors of Seattle, who were the top seed in the NL that year, and they made it to the ALCS, but they fell short of getting to the World Series. And for the Dragons, this was a team that was, right around 500, a little bit below that 500 mark in year 1. They've had a much better season this year. They have a great pitching staff with the additions of Madison Bumgarner, who is going to be the guy to get the ball in this game. Actually, that's Shane Bieber, sorry. But they got Madison Bumgarner in the offseason. He was a huge addition for them, and their offense was a lot better this year as well. Carlos Rodon takes the mound for New York in this game, and he just had an incredible first couple of years in this league. A 2.44 ERA for him this season. He was fantastic. This year at the top of this rotation, Michael Brantley was fantastic at the top of this batting order. 313 average this year, 20 bombs, and 94 RBIs. Believe led the team in ribbies this season and has 170 homers across 15 major league seasons. But this is one of Michael Brantley's better years of his career so far. Really, this was a just fantastic season. One of the best leadoff hitters in baseball right now. And he gets a pretty favorable ball 3 call there. Then Rodon misses inside for a walk to bring up Wes Adams, who just soared up the prospect rankings this season. It was a round 5 draft pick by this team. The last pick that this team made in last year's draft was unbelievable in AAA. Called up to the majors, batted .313 up there in a month, and had an .828 OPS. Had a fantastic month of play in the majors in his first year, and that is a ball. Okay, this umpire zone has been really small so far in this game. That should have been a strike right there on the corner. Now they count 3-1 to him, and Wes Adams will take a ball there. Another walk. So back-to-back here to begin the game for Rodon, who didn't really walk a lot of batters there. I don't remember how many walks he had at the regular season, but it wasn't very much. And so 2 walks here to begin this bowl game is a little bit out of character for him. Corey Seager, 262 average, 800 OPS, 26 homers, and 87 RBIs. He, of course, had a great year and is, really one of the fixtures there in the middle of this batting order here for Los Angeles. But Rodon is trying to get back in this count here, trying to get back in this inning, and he's got Seager with 2 strikes. And he gets him with a slider there, outside, low, near the dirt, and finally a good off-speed pitch for the first time really in this game, and Seager was swinging way early on it. And I really like this Dragons offense. I think it was one of the better offenses in the American League, one of the better offenses in baseball, and Jose Altuve was pretty solid this year as well. A 267 average, 23 homers, and 80 RBIs for him. He is, next year is his last year under contract with this team. So, not really going to worry about him leaving this offseason, but he gets a circle change there down the middle, and he gets it through the hole and into center field for an RBI hit. As scoring is Brantley from second base, and LA will score first here in game 1 off of the bat of Jose Altuve. And yeah, one more look at that pitch. Definitely not a great location by Rodon, and they get a run off of him right away. Joey Gallo up now, and he was incredible in his first full season here in LA. Don't know why it's not showing you his numbers, but he had 41 homers this year. That was, I think, second. That either was first or second in the entire AL, and he grounds into a double play right there to end the top of the first inning. But he had 41 homers, over 100 RBIs. He only batted like .230, so doesn't have a high average, but is a insanely powerful bat and has also great defense. But Jose Altuve, a guy that's been here before, a guy that's won a couple of championships, delivers here in the clutch in the first inning for LA, and they take a 1-0 lead with Shane Bieber on the mound to have the most innings pitched this year in the American League, 221, 200 hits allowed this season, a 3.22 ERA, 231 strikeouts, 1.12 whip. Those 231 strikeouts, I believe, was tops in the AL. Also, Christian Yelich leading off for New York. He had a 917 OPS this season. He had his best year since he won the MVP. I mean, since his MVP season, this was his best year of his career. He was unbelievable this year. One of the best hitters in this really top-heavy but pretty good star-studded lineup for New York, who led the AL in home runs this season, led the league in homers actually total this year. Jose Ramirez up 865 OPS for him, 33 homers, 101 RBIs. Very successful first full season here in New York after the Jason Dominguez trade. And he's got a 3-1 count on him here with the Judge looming on deck. Definitely don't want to get Judge with base runners on here at any point in this series. And that 3-1 is going to miss inside. So a walk here for Shane Bieber. Only had 48 of them this season, not a lot at all. And now here's Judge, one of two 40-homer hitters in this lineup as he takes that first pitch for a strike. 873 OPS, 40 bombs, 111 RBIs. Led the team in RBIs, I believe, this season. And now, okay, Bieber's losing him a little bit too. Here, Austin Riley, who also had 40 homers, is on deck. And now with the count 3-1. And that curveball just misses. Man, this umpire is really calling a tight zone right now. Not giving these guys any borderline pitches. That's another walk. So both pitchers, that was a borderline pitch that he called there, I guess. But yeah, Austin Riley, 852 OPS, 40 homers for him, 105 RBIs this year. If this team is going to go far, Judge and Riley have to contribute and have to contribute pretty, often in this series. That's a line drive, and that one's off of the wall, and that's going to score the run. That's going to tie the game up. Double by Austin Riley, and New York gets that run back and has tied the game here in the first inning. Jose Ramirez comes around, and nearly a 3-run homer there by Riley, but it just misses and it bounces off the wall. So both teams with a tally here, and here's Jose Abreu, his first year in New York, signed in the offseason from Kansas City, 25 homers, 72 RBIs, a 782 OPS, good numbers for him. He's going to swing and miss there, and a changeup in the dirt for a strikeout. And both pitchers, man, struggling a little bit with their command early in this game. A couple of walks for both of them lead to a run. And now it's William Contreras got in a trade last offseason. He had an 803 OPS this year, 23 homers and 66 RBIs. This team made some great moves and some offseason additions going into this year with Contreras and Abreu that really did a lot to their offense and improved it even more. And then, of course, the trade to bring in Jose Ramirez was a monster one after the year one, season ended. So this team made some really good moves, and I think all of them paid off to make them the most dangerous offense in the American League going into the postseason here. Anthony Santander leading off the top of the second. Only batted .717 this year. Did have 28 home runs, but didn't really get on base a ton of this season. He's going to swing and miss there at a four-seamer, 94 by Rodon, and it was fast enough to blow it by him. Here's Michael Busch, 789 OPS for him, 9 homers, 47 RBIs. He was really good in the games that he played in this year. Maybe a little more of a limited sample size. I see him starting every day going into next year for this team, as that one misses inside, almost hits him there. Count 2-2, and that is on the corner, and it's strike 3. Great change-up on the inside corner there, and a really good bounce-back inning by Carlos Rodon right there in the top of the second. So we go to the bottom half, and it's Eric Haas coming out, and he's their actual catcher. I think he's their DH in this game, and in the postseason only had a 748 OPS. He was okay, and he was better than expected, I guess, in his action, but I guess the DH was kind of a role that was filled by multiple players throughout the season this year. Not really anybody claimed that for themselves. And in terms of actual catchers, you know, William Contreras took over that duty. I think he's going to be the main catcher going forward to next season. But there's Jeff McNeil, and second base is, you know, a position that they just did not have a lot of consistency in this year. McNeil had a 259 average, a 718 OPS, really didn't play all that exceptionally well, didn't play the entire season. So that's a position that they were going to have to maybe look to improve on in the offseason here, but they're not focused on the offseason right now. They got a situation here in the bottom of the second inning, a walk and a hit here, first and second, nobody out, but there's a ground ball, went out there, and they get the double play. Ramon Laureano could not beat it out, and a huge play there to get 2 down in the inning now, all of a sudden, back to the top of the order. So, multiple and other, you know, a lot of base runners here early, as that is a change up there on the corner, and he throws Yelich for the third strike, and the second strikeout of the game. Bieber a little bit sketched in that second inning as well, 4 walks for him through the first 2 innings, but still tied at 1. So here's Michael Brantley, second at bat of the game. He's going to drive that one deep in the outfield, and it's going to land. Bouncing off the wall, Brantley not super fast, but the throw is not going to get there in time. And Michael Brantley's got himself a double here with 1 out in the third inning. So looking to get something else here off of Rodon. Here's Wes Adams for his second at-bat. As he walked back in the first inning there, you know, showed a little bit of power. He's not going to be a power hitter. Only 2 home runs in the regular season. Only had 10 or so in Double and Triple A all year, but he walked twice now, and this is, I mean, he's got elite contact ability and elite plate discipline and vision there at the plate, and he's going to draw a lot of walks, and he's drawn 2 already here in his first postseason action, as that is a wild swing there by Corey Seager, way out in front of that pitch there. And now the 2-2 is a ground ball hit really hard, and Riley's going to tag the runner and go to first and get the out. All right, an interesting double play right there by Austin Riley, but it gets the job done. And a couple of double plays. We've seen 3 of them already here in this bowl game as we go 2 down in the bottom of the third. Austin Riley up for his second at bat. RBI double his first time in the first inning, as that's a fly ball into left and near the track, but caught out there is the ball, and is that Santander out there in the left? It might be Michael Brantley also. I think it is Michael Brantley, but that's a swing and a miss there. Top of the 4th inning now. Jose Altuve can't catch up to it, and I think we've seen Carlos Rodon bounce back from a kind of a rough first inning here pretty well in this game so far in the last couple of frames. Both these pitchers have done a good job of that and have kind of settled things back in now. But here's a 2-2 to Altuve, and it's a swing and a ball blasted out to deep left field, and just as I say that, Jose Altuve leaves the yard. Home run. And the Dragons will go back out on top here in the 4th inning. Only their 3rd hit of the night so far, and Jose Altuve makes it a 2-1 game. Swings and crushes this pitch, and not a great location here by Rodon. We've seen him miss a couple of pitches so far down the middle, but that one was really taken, and a bad mistake pitch there, and over homers landing there, 406 feet into the seats. So here's Anthony Santander now, and I mean, LA, they have some power, not as much as New York this season, but they got some guys that hit the ball out pretty consistently this year. And now Santander here, full count to him. As there's another swing and a drive, this one into left as well, and Santander now hits a home run. Altuve and Santander go back-to-back here in the 4th inning. Dragons are up by 2 in Game 1. 28 for Santander in the regular season. One of the big things that he actually was successful at this year And he delivers here in the playoffs. 403 feet down the line in the left. 111 exit velo. He crushed that pitch. And LA here, 2-run lead off the backs of a couple of long balls in this 4th inning. So Rendon had a couple of good frames. That's a swing and a miss there. Michael Busch strikes out there in that fastball. When we look at these 2 home runs here in the 4th. First it was Altuve driving it into left, and then it was Santander. That one more down the line in the outfield, longer than the Altuve home run, and New York now down by a couple in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Jose Abreu. Bieber's got a lead again here now. Now this time it's a 2-run cushion, and Abreu is going to line that one into the outfield. That one's down and into the gap here, bouncing off the wall, and Abreu's got himself extra bases there. That's a double for him. 2 lead off the 4th, and it would be nice if this team could respond with something here in this inning, but they have gotten a lot, and the next 2 guys out. Shane Bieber has, that was ball 4, apparently. I don't know, this umpire does not like calling the outside corner of the plate in this game, I've noticed. So far, missed a couple of pitches out there. That is a walk, and for the 3rd time in the game, New York has 2 runners on base here to try to do something with it. Now it's up to Ramon Laureano, who flies it into left field. Brantley is there out in front of the wall. Good catch there, good read on it, and hit pretty well, but does not find the outfield grass. It doesn't go over the wall there, and now it's still 3-1. So a clean top half of the inning. Go bottom 5. Christian Yelich up, and he swings, and he doesn't go around and hits him. Okay, he was about to swing at that pitch, though. But now he's at first base here. And 69 pitches. Nice for Shane Bieber so far in this game. Jose Ramirez is up, and that is a ball again. 3-0 count. Okay, I mean, he's already walked 3 guys at least. I think 3 or 4 guys at least in this game. He gets Ramirez there with a strike. Count is running full now. And a big pitch here, big at bat in this game, and that is high for ball 4. This umpire, man, this umpire has missed a lot of pitches in my opinion. He has not done a great job today. That was a high fastball that probably should have been strike 3. Instead, it's a walk. 2 more runners on base, but here's another ground ball double play to kill to kill momentum for New York. 3rd double play that they've grounded into tonight. That has really killed a lot of the rallies that they've tried to get going in this one today. And now there's 2 down. Austin Riley's got to come through with a hit right here. He does already have a hit in this game, had the only RBI of the day for New York in this one. 2-1 count, and that one misses. Again, the count is going to 3 balls here. And again, Bieber's been behind in a lot of these at-bats here. This is probably going to be his last inning. He pops it up, and that is brutal as Corey Lee's got it to make the catch to end the 5th inning. And that's tough, man. They get 2 runners on to begin the 5th. They can't score anybody. They still only have 2 hits in this game, and they still trail 3-1. So Justin Steele comes out of the bullpen in 5 innings for Rodon tonight. He was okay in this one. Gave up a couple of homers in that 4th inning, but overall was pretty solid in this one, I would say. But he is right now on the hook for a loss if his offense can't come through and do anything else. Jose Altuve, is at bat right now, and he's going to take ball 4. So another walk. Walks have been killing both of these teams really, but it's been affecting New York a lot more so far. Both teams have scored because of runners getting on base with a walk today. That's a ball in the dirt, kicks away from Contreras, and there's not really a chance to get Altuve there. He's going to move up into scoring position. So while pitch, Justin Steele pitching now for New York at just over 4 ERA this season. Joey Gallo up here, and he is going to take a 4-seamer there for strike 3. Big time strikeout right there on a huge hitter for LA, as that's a fly ball, and it's to second base. little pop-up there, caught by McNeil to end the top of the 6th inning. So, base runner there, man in scoring position. They leave him on second now. And 5, 6, and 7 here coming up in the bottom half of the 6-4. And, there's still time in this game, but, man, you kind of want to get something here. They're trying to push Shane Bieber through the 6th inning here today. And here's a pitch to Contreras. It's a fly ball there, deep into the outfield. Brantley on the move. Brantley looks up and it's gone! Home run, William Contreras. Into Homer's Landing in left field, and it is a one-run game in the 6th inning. This powerful New York lineup led the league in home runs this year as a team, and they get their first of this series here off of the bat of William Contreras. They're one of their newer additions made in the offseason. 357-foot blast there into left. And that is going to be the end of the line for Shane Bieber tonight, who pitched really good in this game. 5.2, really solid innings. 5.1 really solid innings, maybe. Tyler Matzek comes out of the bullpen. He had a 2.9 ERA, 1.26 whip, and 40 innings this year with 38 strikeouts. He had a very solid season for them out of the bullpen. And, 5.2 innings for Shane Bieber tonight, who could get the win if everything stays true and the Dragons come out on top in this game. But that is a huge swing. Now you only need, another blast to tie the game up. Gotta have your bullpen here hold the line in this one. But there's another look at that swing by William Contreras, who had a career high in home runs this season, had over 20 of them in the regular year. Was one of their better hitters all around this year. And he comes through with his first postseason blast. So top of the 7th here, Michael Busch at the plate. And a 1-0 pitch to him. That's a sinker that is crushed into right. And Michael Busch with the blast. And the 2-run lead is back for LA. It's a 4-2 game. First homer into right in this one so far. Third of the game for the Dragons. And they're right back out on top by 2. A big swing by Michael Busch. 386 there on the distance into right field. And that's a huge swing. So Justin Steele here, can he kind of get things back on track after that home run? That one falls in for a hit there. And it's interesting that LA right now showing more power than New York did in this game here. That is a stolen base for Corey Lee here. He's got, some speed. One of, the faster catchers in baseball right now. And he gets a stolen base there. That's a swing and a miss. Michael Brantley was not on time on that pitch at all here. One more look at this one. And it seemed like he was super late on this pitch. Actually, yeah, he was a little bit early. More so there with that fastball. So 2 down in the inning. Wes Adams up again. And now Wes Adams is going to drive one into left field. And Wes Adams has got a homer. Oh, wow. The rookie, who's only been in the majors for a month, only 2 homers in that time in the major leagues, has got his first homer in the playoffs here, and his first playoff RBIs right there with that sinker. That was not a well-located pitch by Steele there. And how about Wes Adams, man? This kid is incredible. And it's a 6-2 game for LA now, and their power is off the charts right now. They are just crushing the ball at the moment, and Milo Casey comes out of the bullpen, and he pitched his first 24 innings of his career, and he had a 1.93 whip this season, okay? It's a 4-run game, so I guess, you don't want to use your best relief pitchers right now, but that's a swing and a miss there, and that's a way late swing by Corey Seager, but 2 more home runs in the inning by the Dragons, their second multi-homer inning of this game. Michael Busch started it off with that blast, and Wes Adams, man, I can't stop talking about how good he is already. And, the power is something that is going to need to get a lot better for him going forward. He's not going to be very good at that initially, but a home run in the playoffs here. That is a surprising swing from him. So Taylor comes out 4.09 ERA for him, 1.32 whip. He was drafted last year too, actually, for LA. He started as like a 71 overall pitcher and did really well in AAA. So he's on their playoff roster now. That's a swing and a fly ball. Gallo on the move, and he makes the catch. That ball sinking and nearly landing in the gap. But this game has kind of gotten out of hand now, and there's only 2 more innings left in this bowl game, and now New York is down by 4. Right, Austin Adams comes out of the bullpen, and this New York bullpen wasn't nearly as good as it was last year. It is maybe a hole in their team, one of their biggest holes they got right now. And Adams has walked 2 to begin the 8th inning. This is not a good start here. Garrett Cooper up, and he's going to get a base hit here. That scores a run. His first RBI of the playoffs. They're going to bring in another new pitcher already. Michael Bush walks. Oh my, bases loaded. Corey Lee here coming up, and he gets a base hit, scores 2 more runs, 11-2. This is a disaster, man. Michael Brantley, he gets a sac fly. Wow, 10 runs for LA. They are pouring it on New York right now in this game. And it started, I mean, it was a good game for a while here. That's a fly ball. It's hit really well. Santander. Oh, he can't catch it. It's off of his glove. And going to third base and getting there, actually, is going to be Aaron Judge. Okay, I don't know how many triples he had in the regular season, but he probably didn't have a ton of them. Not really a guy known to like out a lot of triples, but nearly a home run by Judge. That was hitting really well. But yeah, it was. I think it was like hit the wall first and then it hit the outfielder's glove or something. That was interesting there. But now he's in third base, 90 feet away here. I mean, they got to get a lot of runs here in not a lot of time. And that's not going to really help them. I think you take this out right here for a run. I mean, it's still a 7-run game even after this run comes home. So there's a sac fly, but it's still a 10-3 game. So this is actually really good experience, I think, for Saul Taylor here to kind of pitch in some playoff innings with relatively low stress. That's going to be a ground ball too short there. Going to end the 8th inning. So they do get a run closer, but here's John Doolittle now, and he had a 4.7 ERA. Yeah, I think this bullpen was just not the best part of this team in the regular season. They have not done their job here in this game clearly. And now a single by Seager. Joey Gallo up. Anthony Santander. He's going to crush a homer. Wow, another home run for LA in this game. 2 more runs. Yeah, just nothing going right for this bullpen at all in this game for New York. They absolutely blew it here. And this is going to end up being a blowout here in Game 1. It was a 3-2 game going into the 7th inning. And it's going to end up not like really close at all here. And going up to second base and getting thrown out at second base. Okay, wow. Trying to stretch a single there into a double. I thought that was a double actually for sure. But it's going to be a final out of the game. And LA absolutely dominating last 3 innings in this one, really. Just absolutely took the New York bullpen and destroyed it, dismantled it there in those last 3 innings. They got, what, 9 runs in the last 3 innings there? Yeah, they got 9 runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings there, and they win at Game 1, 12-3. So, Carlos Rodon gets the loss, even though he didn't really pitch that poorly. A win for Shane Bieber here, but yeah, the LA offense was fantastic in this game. They had 5 home runs today. Santander had 2 of them in this game, but everybody had a hit in this lineup except for Joey Gallo today. I mean, it is a really good lineup, man. It's a dangerous batting order, and when they are hot like they were today, I mean, it's a dangerous team for sure, and they go on the road here and just destroy New York. So Adams had a home run there as well. Brantley had a home run and RBI. No, Brantley didn't have a home run, but he had an RBI in this one. Altuve had a homer. Corey had a couple of RBIs as well in this game in his first playoff action of his career. And 5.1 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 6 walks, 3 strikeouts for Shane Bieber, who did walk a lot of guys. That was one thing he kind of struggled with today. Lematsic, 0.2 scoreless innings. Taylor 1-1 in 2 innings. And then Bradley had a scoreless inning as well. New York, their offense was okay in this one. 5 hits, 3 runs for them. Yeltsin Ramirez did not get a hit today at all. Judge had a hit. Riley had a couple of RBIs. Abreu a hit. Contreras had a home run. And the only other RBI of the game for them. So overall, their offense wasn't great. Rodon was okay in this start. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. But this bullpen was just dreadful. Steele, 3 runs in 1.2 innings. Adams, 3 runs in 0.1 innings. Alexander gave up a run in his 0.2 innings. And then Doolittle gave up 2 runs in his inning of relief. So, yeah, you really are not going to win any games. It's plain and simple. Your bullpen gives up 9 runs. You're going to lose the game. That's just how it works. In baseball there, I don't know if that's ever really happened where your bullpen gives up that many runs and you still win. Especially not in the playoffs, though. So that's a bad loss for New York there in Game 1. They're going to be they have time to recover. I think they're going to be fine. But, man, they really are going to need to bounce back in Game 2 to win that series, I think, as they cannot afford to fall behind 2-0 there as the home team. But now you move on to Game 1 in the out between Boston and Mexico City. They will have a closer one here in this one. Mexico City, the #1 overall seed here in the American League. They had 97 wins this year, and they were a wildcard team last year. They got a lot better this season, and they're facing Boston, the winner of the AL wildcard game. And they won that one, was it 4-3 or 3-2? I think it was a 3-2 final. Brad Woodruff on the mound for Mexico City, and he was the Cy Young Award winner this season. He was unbelievable this year, 2.28 ERA in 225 innings, 206 strikeouts for him this season. He was just unreal this year, the best pitcher in the AL. So excited to see what he can do here in this first game of this series between these two ball clubs. And we got leading off Trevor Story, who grounds it over to the second baseman. I think that was the second baseman or the shortstop playing in the shift. But there's a lineup for Boston. We already looked at their lineup in the walk-on game, but another reminder of what it looks like there. 4th in the AL in average for them this season, and a lot of good high averages for them this year. Kevin Biggio and Victor Hernandez there at the bottom of the batting order didn't have amazing batting averages, but the top half really did. Alexander Kirk, he's going to swing, drives this one deep into left field, but it's going to go foul. Wow, 4 feet outside of the pole there, and nearly a home run from Alejandro Kirk, who did not have a hit in the walk-on game. Ground ball over to first base, and that's an out. There, another ground ball to get the second out of the inning here. And up comes Luis Urias, who did have a pretty key at bat in that walk-on game. I think he had a home run in that walk-on game. As he swings and misses at a 4-seam fastball there, 96 miles an hour. You know, Woodruff has got some pretty dominating stuff. His fastball, I don't know how fast it can go. I think it's like 98. It's as fast as he can get to, but another 96 mile an hour pitch there, and that one was location right there with the pitch right on the inside part of the corner there. Great pitch by Brandon Woodruff, and that was a fantastic first inning for him. So pitching for Boston in this game, their #2 pitcher here, Trevor Rogers, who had a 3.5 ERA and a 1.19 whip, 176 strikeouts, 63 walks overall in this season, over 200 innings pitched. Pretty good year for him, all things considered. Jake Carter with a 777 OPS. This year, 265 batting average. He was a very solid leadoff hitter for Mexico City. And he will swing and miss at that pitch there. A slider outside corner. That was a really good location there by Rogers. And one more look at the pitch there. Yeah, that was fantastic location there. Cronenworth was out in front of it. And here's Mike Moustakas, who was probably their best hitter on this team this year. He swings at that pitch. But a 290 average for him, 813 OPS, 24 homers, 86 RBIs. He was just fantastic, and he was much better than I expected him to be this season. As this team's DH, he was fantastic in that role. And Tim Anderson on the bench. I don't remember where he might have been the team leader in RBIs this season. I'm not sure if anybody else had more than 86 this year, but he walks right there to bring up a man on first here with 1 out and Tim Anderson. And Tim Anderson had a very good year, great defensively as well, but a 280 average for him, 776 OPS, 22 homers, and 74 RBIs. Really good middle of the order bat to have. He grounds it over to short, and they get 1 out there. Throw to first is not in time. Okay. That was really close. Tim Anderson just barely beats that out. And now it's Yasmani Grandal. And this is a big year for Grandal. 28 home runs and 82 RBIs, over 800 OPS. So not as good as last year. He was almost an MVP last season and had 53 homers. So not quite at that level, but that's a try of a stolen base right there, and Anderson gets thrown out pretty easily there. Not really a close play at second base. Alejandro Kirk guns him down. Great play right here by Alejandro Kirk to get the final out of the inning. But yeah, Yasmani Grandal is a free agent at the end of the year, so that is something to watch out for, and that is something to consider going into the offseason for Mexico City. Is they're going to have to replace him, and they're going to have to find another catcher, and that guy is probably going to be MJ Melendez, who is right now in their farm system and is really close, ready to play next year. That is a swing and a miss there. Josh Van Meter had an 801 OPS in only 110 games this season, and he was really good in his role that he ended up filling, and the time that he ended up spending in the majors. That's a four-seamer for a strike there, and a good pitch there right at the knees to Josh Van Meter, and a RBI or a strikeout for him. Big out number 2 in the inning. Here is Dustin Harris, who was really good in the wildcard game, with 3 for 4 in that bowl game, and had a 717 OPS this season. And he is, he played almost 2 months of the year in the majors, and he grounds it over to third base, and that's going to be the end of the inning. So a hit right there for Boston. Darren Ruff got the hit there, but no runs. We go bottom of the second now. Now he has money back up at the plate here, and this might be one of his better chances to get a ring right here with this team. That's a fly ball, and it's caught by Kyle Tucker on the run, leaping in the air to get the out the first one of the second inning. How about that catch right there? Josh Bell comes up. He had 33 home runs and 93 RBIs. He actually was the team leader in both home runs and ribbies this year. But look at this catch by Kyle Tucker. That was fantastic. Nice grab. Leaping at the wall. And Josh Bell at the plate. He was very good this season. Probably one of the better overall hitters on this team. He's going to fly it into center again, and that is a catch. A little bit of an easier grab there by Kyle Tucker that time. And there's on number 2 in the second inning. So here's David Bodie, 37 OPS, 22 homers and 55 RBIs. Keep in mind that he had those numbers, and he only played, I think he played less than 100 games because of an injury this year. So there's another catch by Tucker there in the outfield. He made all 3 plays in the outfield there, and he made a couple of pretty good plays right there in that inning. But yeah, he had like a over 500 slugging percentage, like a 550 slugging percentage or something like that. David Bodie did this season when he was playing. He was so good in the power department this year when he was playing in his time, and that's a strikeout there. Another strikeout for Woodruff. That's his 3rd of the game already, and late on that pitch. Actually, way early on that pitch was Kevin Biggio there, and now it's Enrique Hernandez here. Fouls the 2-1 pitch off. Count goes even at 2-2. And the pitch is a swing and a miss in the dirt. And that's a strikeout right there. Big K, and another one for Woodruff. Fourth of the game, and now it's back up to the top of the order finally again for their second at bat of the game, and swing and a miss wildly by Trevor Story. Man, Brent Woodruff has been super good in this game, and he gets another strikeout looking there on the corner. Fifth of the game through 3 innings for Brandon Woodruff, who looks super solid to begin the afternoon here. He has thrown 3 gem innings in game 1 so far. For J.J. Bleday, 778 OPS for him, almost 20 homers, and over 70 RBIs. That's a swing and a miss on a slider. Really good season by J.J. Bleday, improved in every area of his game by quite a bit, but he swings early at that off-speed pitch. And Taylor Rogers has been really good so far in this game as well. You know, matching Woodruff pretty much for stride so far without you know all the strikeouts, but he's been very good. That's a ground ball, and that's into the outfield for a single. And that might be the first hit of the game for, I kind of want to say for either team, but we might have seen a hit. I mean, you saw a hit from Boston earlier, I think in the second inning. And another stolen base attempt here, and this time they get the stolen bag, as that is a successful stolen base attempt by Sal Frelick, who, you know, was okay this year, showed decent on-base stuff, but his power is just really lacking right now, and that's, you know, obviously his biggest weakness at the plate at the moment as a hitter. As there's a line drive, and it's caught by Biggio at third base. Good reflexes right there to save a hit and possibly a run. Jake Cronenworth frustrated there that one didn't make it to the outfield. And we're to the middle of the third inning. Still no score. Nothing happening in the bottom of the third. Here we go, top of the fourth. Still no score in the game. Kirk is back up again, 0 for 1 with the strikeouts. And that's a swing and a miss there. Really good four-seam fastball. Brandon Woodruff has been fantastic so far today. Both of these pitchers really, again, through 3 innings have been really good. As that is a swing and a miss. 98 on the fastball there. One of the faster pitches we've seen from Woodruff in this game. And Kirk, I mean, a pretty hittable fastball, you know, good location to hit. But just way, way late on that pitch right there for sure. No chance. Woodruff has got, what, 7 strikeouts now in the game. And he fouls Luis Urias fouls that pitch off. Count goes 1-2. What does Brandon Woodruff come at him here with on this one? It's a slider. Missing location by Woodruff, and Luis Urias crushes it. Gone into left field. His second home run of the playoffs. Hammered one in the wildcard game, and now gets the scoring started in game 1 of the ALDS. For Boston, they lead at 1-0. Big swing by Luis Urias. Takes advantage of a slider left hanging there by Brandon Woodruff. Really one of his first mistake pitches we've seen all night today. And the second big swing of the postseason for him in this postseason so far. 378 on the distance there. Line drive to left field. Out of here in a hurry. Big swing right there. And now Jalen Ruff at the plate. He is going to look at that one, and he's had a 1-for-1 day so far. Singled this first time up. And now he's going to swing, fly that fastball into the outfield here. On the move is Benintendi, and it's gone! Another home run here. Darren Ruff leaves the yard. And Boston gets 2 in this inning to go ahead 2-0. Man, how about a home run shellacking in this inning for Boston? And Darren Ruff only had 17, I think, in the regular year. And he's 2 for 2 today with a single and a homer. Boston with a 2-0 lead. And that is caught by Bleday out in right. But how about these swings from the Boston Barons, man? Luis Urias is off to an awesome start in the playoffs. Ruff is off to an awesome start in this game. 2 for 2 so far. And Boston has a lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. So here's Moustakas back up to the plate. There's his numbers again for the regular season. He walked his first time up, and he is going to swing and miss. Slider, well located by Rogers, and that's his 3rd strikeout of the game. Now Tim Anderson at the plate, and he's going to line that one down and into the outfield in right field. So that's a big swing right there. Only the 2nd hit of the game, I think, for Mexico City so far. And a man on here for his Monte Grandal, and that changeup is there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to him here. And that's a swing and a drive deep to left field. The Osmani Grandal has tied the game. That ball's gone. 4:26 into the 9 in left field. A blast from Grandal, and he just like that, he ties it up. And his power, man, I mean, he is the most dangerous catcher in the league right now. 53 bombs last year, 28 this season, and he gets his first here in the playoffs. And he's going to have to really do a lot in this offense, as that is a swing and a miss there. Changeup gets another strikeout from Rogers here in the 4th. But, I mean, it's those superstars that Mexico City's got a lead on here, and Osmani Grandal is definitely one of those guys. That's a swing and a ground ball here by Blade into center, and some trouble in this inning for Trevor Rogers. Already given up a couple of home runs. Now he's given up a couple more hits in this inning and a couple more base runners. And he's got to get out of this inning here right now. 0-2 to Benintendi. And it's a swing and a miss. Good slider on the outside corner there for another strikeout. You think he struck out 3 batters in that inning. But it didn't come before a couple of big runs, courtesy of that 2-run home run right there from Osmani Grandal, who was 2nd in the team with 28 homers this year. Gets his first of this year. He had a home run in that wildcard game that they lost last year as well. And now top of the 5th, Captain Biggio at the plate. Tie game. Brandon Woodruff back on the mound. 50 strikes for him in this game. He really hasn't thrown a lot of balls at all in this one. Only 18 thrown today total. As Biggio is going to swing and miss. High fastball, 97 miles an hour there. Brandon Woodruff, 7th strikeout of the game right there. And he's gotten the strikeout pitch working. I mean, these hitters, a lot of the game, they've looked pretty flat-footed in this one. And really, besides those couple of home runs that he gave up in the 4th inning, he's been very, very good tonight so far. It's a pop-up in foul territory, and it is caught down the first base line to end the 5th. So, halfway home with this one. Now we go top of the 6th. Still a tie game. Trevor Story at the plate, 22-23 All-Star this season, and he takes a ball there. 1-2 count to him. And that's on the corner. Great four-seam location. And Woodruff's got his 8th strikeout. I mean, he's getting those today for sure. As Alexander Kirk is back up at the plate. 0-2 here in this at-bat. He fouls that four-seamer away. Maybe not the location that Woodruff wanted here. And how much longer does he go with 84 pitches thrown in this one? Probably maybe a couple more, as that's a fly ball again down the line. And deep and foul again. Oh my goodness, that one even closer for Alejandro Kirk. And 2 times today now, he's nearly left the yard, as that is going to be a base hit here. And he will at least get a hit in this at-bat. That's a extra base knock at least here. And, Kirk is only 15 speed, so he doesn't let out a lot of doubles. But he does get the second there with an extra base hit. So now it's Urias. Had that home run last time up. He's going to fly that one into center on the move. And making the catch is Sal Frelick, who's in center field for his team. And that is a big second out right there for Woodruff and Mexico City. And now over 90 pitches for Woodruff. And this is probably going to be his last inning. And they are going to intentionally walk Kyle Tucker here to, get him on base and just avoid pitching to him. And I think that makes sense. Darren Ruff at the plate. He's 2 for 2 in this game, but you're less scared of him for sure than you are Tucker. That's a throw to first base and an out to end the 6th inning. And that was huge, man, that to get out of that inning without any more runs given up there. Keeps the game tied as we go bottom of the 6th. So here's Yasmani Grandal again, and he lines it right into the shift, and that did not hit the ground. Looked like it might have there, but it is a line drive out. And Josh Bell comes up here with 2 down in the inning. So in a way, over 800 OPS for him this season. And team leader in home runs and RBIs. Can he do anything here? 837 OPS overall this year. And I believe that was top on the team. Maybe Moustakas had a better OPS than he does. That's a ground ball, and that one is through. And he does get a hit here, first of the playoffs for him. And now it's David Bodie. He follows that pitch back. First pitch here, 22 home runs, and again, he had an 837 OPS as well this year. So he's going to fly that one deep into left field, going back near the corner, and it's going to be gone! It just gets over the wall. David Bodie with a 2-run blast, and he gives Mexico City the lead here in the 6th inning. What a huge swing by David Bodie right there. And with 4 innings left, the Diablos have a 4-2 advantage. And this ball just barely got out, curving down inside the fair pole there, and Van Meter can't get to it to make a play on it. That was a huge swing right there, and they're going to go to the bullpen here, and going to take out Rogers, who before that swing was pitching really, really good in this game, in my opinion there. But just got a couple of bad pitches there, and now is in line for the loss. Alex Cobb comes out of the bullpen, and he had a 4.33 ERA for him, 1.43 ERA in the regular season. Overall pitched okay this year and in total, but he gets a bit base hit here. That's down the line. Gonna be extra bases. And up to second, and there with the double is J.J. Bleday. And I think his production was part of the big reason why this team was so much better than they were last year. Their pitching also got stronger from top to bottom as well. And that's a ground ball to second base. Ends the inning, but David Bodie, man, he was so good for this team. Missed part of the season this year, but he was one of the best hitters when he was playing this year. And he just comes through right there with a monster 2-run homer to give them the lead. And they go to Aaron Loop. Why? What? He had a 6.66 ERA this. He was their worst relief pitcher in their bullpen. And they are okay. This is again an issue that I have with this game. It is stupid why they bring him into the game here, up by only 2 runs in the 7th inning. Is just I don't understand it. But anyway, let's get Van Meter the swing and miss there at that pitch. Good split screen, camera angle there. As 1-2 count to Van Meter, and he's going to line that one up into center field for a single. Okay, what did you expect? Bringing out a guy with an over 6 ERA on the season, and he gives up a base runner immediately. And now Dustin Harris is up here, and the rookie is going to ground that one. It's stopped by Looping. He's going to go to second to get the lead runner. Okay, an interesting choice, and I think it works out. That's not a bad move by Loop there. He gets the first out of the inning. Fly ball. That one is a sinker in the air, and it's caught by Benintendi. That one was hit really well. That was nearly going over the head of Benintendi there and left, and if it did, that would have been maybe a run. And they just go right back to the bullpen again. Why did you not have Emilio Pagan starting this inning? What? Okay, he had an under 1 whip this year. He was like their best relief pitcher this season besides Josh Hader. He was so good this year. One of the best relief pitchers in baseball. And for some reason, he wasn't starting this inning. whatever. Okay, you have him in the game now. Now he's got to get the final out here, and he does with a changeup at the knees of Hernandez there. Big-time strikeout from Emilio Pagan, and Mexico City holds on here in the 7th inning. And, man, it's stretch time in Mexico City, and they feel really good right about now, getting out of that frame with no runs allowed. So now it's Jake Cronenworth here, bottom of the 7th. And Jake Cronenworth is going to crush this one deep to right center, left center field. And that ball is gone. Jake Cronenworth, oh man, 452 feet on the distance at that swing. And he makes it a 3-run lead for Mexico City. It's 5-2. Man, one more look at this majestic swing here by Jake Cronenworth. My goodness. Launches this one. And, wow, it actually got up into the concourse area there in center field. That was a fantastic swing. Cronenworth, he had a lot of home runs for leadoff hitter. He had over 20 this season in the regular year. And he absolutely destroyed that pitch, man. So, 3-run lead now. Some more insurance. And they're going to want that here as we go into the 8th inning now. With a 5-2 lead for Boston. And a few more looks at that swing by Cronenworth. And, you know, a no-doubter obviously there with that swing. And they do keep Pagan in the game here in the 8th inning. That's what they should do. That makes sense here. Trevor Story starting the 8th inning off. Although you could bring in your setup man right now. But I don't like this. I don't hate this move at all. Keeping Pagan in the game. You only have like 7 pitches or something. He does get a strikeout there of Story. As that one just caught the corner. Fantastic location by Pagan with that pitch right there. And now it's Kirk. 1 for 3. Missed a couple of home runs in this game. And that's another fly ball. Hit pretty hard and high into the center field. And that is caught by... Oh, what the heck? Caught by Frelick. Get out of the bullpen, Saul Frelick, please. Yeah, I mean, just phase right back into the field of play. That was weird. But now they bring out a Pagan and they pitch match here. 45 innings for him. 2.56 ERA. And under 1 whip, 44 strikeouts. I mean, he was incredible this season. Actually, he was their, their setup man this year all the time. But again, I mean, Pagan was pitching just fine. Just let him pitch. Just let him finish the inning off. Whatever. Luis Urias at the plate here, and that's a swing and a drive by Urias, and he's gonna get a hold of that pitch and set it out. Whoa! Another homer for Luis Urias. It's his 3rd. Here in his first couple of playoff games this year. And is a 2-run lead again for Mexico City. Okay, so Boston not done yet. Here, not done scoring runs in this game. And Urias is the hottest hitter for Boston to start this postseason right now. And his second home run of the game, his second no-doubter of the game. That one was probably even further than his first home run was, 429 feet there. And that's a swing and a miss. Got a fastball right down the middle to Kyle Tucker. But Urias with some power there. 2 home runs in this game tonight. It might not be enough. The Barons are going to have to score 2 runs, but they don't have to score 3 at least. I mean, scoring 3 off of Josh Hader this year has been like an impossible thing to do. But they only need to get a couple with Brooks Raley coming out of the bullpen for Boston. He was not great this year, 4.76 ERA, not amazing. But Mexico City, that was a mistaken location there too. Yes, Mike Rental. Lucky that wasn't a homer. But I like Mexico City's bullpen. I think overall really good. As that's a swing and a miss there with that cutter. That's a strike 3. Really gets a strikeout there. But I mean, Pagan. Or Hearn, or Tyler Hearn there. Who was the guy that they put in the 8th inning? I forgot. But those 3 pitchers, him, Pagan, and Josh Hader, who was, up there for reliever of the year, I would have actually given it to him. He led the league in saves this year. I would have given it to him if Giovanni Gallegos wasn't just a little bit more dominant this season for Portland. But he was right there with Giovanni Gallegos as the best closer in baseball this year. So those three guys combined to have an incredible season in that bullpen there for Mexico City. In late game scenarios, I really trust this bullpen overall for them. Okay, Buxley did not pitch very well in that outing there. He hits the batter, and Tanner Scott comes out, and 3.52 ERA, not bad, but his whip was really poor because he walked a lot of guys. He walked 26 batters this year in only 23 innings there. At least that's what I saw in his numbers. But can he get a couple more outs here? He's got to keep the game at 5-3. That was a strikeout there. He gets a big one on JJ Baudet here. And Baudet late on that pitch right there. One more look. Yeah, late on that fastball for sure. 2 down in the inning. Benintendi at the plate. Big at-bat right here to keep the game at 5-3. It's a fly ball into left, and it's caught by Hernandez in the left field, and that'll, that is Hernandez there out in left. That ends the 8th inning and keeps the game at 5-3. Okay, so here we go. Top of the 9th inning, game 1. Here is Josh Hader, 56 saves and 59 opportunities, 2.76 ERA, 1.02 WHIP. This year in 70 strikeouts and 58 innings. He was a strikeout machine. The most strikeouts out of anybody, bullpen-wise, in the regular season. And here's Darren Ruff. 2 for 3, home run, single RBI in this game. He's had a fantastic day so far. And he fouls that changeup away. And Josh Hader is a free agent at the end of the year. So, Mexico City wants to bring him back, obviously, but they might not be able to here. Now 2 strikes on Ruff. And that's a swing and a miss. Wow, how out in front was Ruff on this pitch. He was expecting a fastball for sure here with 2 strikes. Oh my goodness. Wow, he was absolutely fooled in this. I mean, he swung before that pitch even got into frame. That was a really bad swing right here there by him. And Hitter absolutely fooled him. And now he runs that pitch inside to Josh Van Meter, and it hits him. And Van Meter is hurt. Oh boy. Examining the finger there, Van Meter doesn't look like it's broken, which is a relief because that would have probably knocked him off for the entire playoffs. But we'll have to check on that injury news after this game is over, because that could be a big injury going forward in this playoffs for the Boston Barons here, as they get Julio Pablo Martinez to pinch hit for him here now. And that's a fly ball by Dustin Harris. 90 miles an hour on that pitch, and it is caught in center by Frelick, and that's a big out, number 2 here in the 9th inning. 1 more to get for Josh Hader. Here's Kevin Biggio at the plate, 0 for 3 on the day so far. And I don't know, I think he might have got 1 hit in the wildcard game. He swings and misses. 90 mile an hour fastball by Hader. Pure gas. We would buy him there at the top of the zone. Now they're down to the last strike. Here's the 1-2. It's a swing and a miss. 97. Fastball at the knees. Beautiful pitch by Hader. Shuts the door down on game 1. And the Diablos win here at home in the opener of this series. And a big win for them. They take this one 5-3, the final tonight from Mexico City. And yeah, Josh Hader, I mean, he is just a dominant relief pitcher, dominant bullpen there with those last 3 guys that they used in this game for Mexico City, and they hold on despite giving up a run there in the 8th inning. They hold on in this one 5-3, and Brandon Woodruff gets credit for the win in this game. He pitched pretty well overall in this one, the loss going to Trevor Rogers. So both teams built up early leads well, not really early leads, but built up leads in this bowl game. The Dragons dominated with the bullpen there, got a bunch of runs late, and Mexico City just added on slowly there, added on in the 7th inning, and their bullpen did the rest. And for Boston, their first playoff loss here of this postseason run. And, Mexico City, they're good, man. They have 97 wins for a reason. This is a very, very solid team. And the favorite in the AL to, go all the way here. And for Boston, their lineup so far in the playoffs has been pretty good. Arias has been fantastic. A couple more home runs for him in this game. Ruff had a great day as well, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a home run. Van Meter had a hit as well. But the bottom of the order for this team, Harris, Biggio, Hernandez, those guys didn't do anything in this game at all. And they had 13 strikeouts, so they struck out a lot as well in this one. Kirk had a double. Ruff had a home run. Arias had 2. He has 3 already now. And Rogers, 5.2 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs for him, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Overall, not a bad outing, not an amazing one either. Cobb gave up a run in 1.1 innings of relief. Really a hit by pitch and a walk, but no runs. Tanner Scott cleared the door there in the 8th inning to keep it at 5-3. But Mexico City, a few hits from some key guys in their batting order. Moustakas was 0 for 3, but Cronenworth 1 for 4 with the big home run. Anderson had a hit as well, but Grandal had a huge home run. That tied the game in the 4th inning. The go-ahead home run by David Bodie there in the 6th inning. And Blade had a couple of hits as well. Sal Frelick had a hit also. And the pitching was really good for Mexico City in this one. Wrote off 6 really strong innings, 4 hits, only 2 runs allowed, only walked 1 guy with 8 strikeouts. That's a very solid quality start for him. Loop, never should have used him in this game, whatever, but he didn't give up a run, I guess. Matt Strom, okay. For some reason, only used him in 0.1 innings in this one. I don't even think they should have used him at all in this game. But he doesn't, he gave up the home run late, but a home run by Hader there. And Josh Van Meter, it's not as bad as it could have been, okay. But he is going to be gone and out for 1 to 2 weeks. So that means that he's not going to play the rest of this series. And I don't know if he's going to play. He might not be able to play in the ALCS. I think he'll be back probably like middle of that series, I guess. Yeah, he was good in the regular season. But now Boston is going to have to use Orlando Arcia in this batting order. And he was not very good in the regular season. He is just not a good offensive player. Got good defense in the outfield, but he's not a offensive guy. So that is a hit for them. That is, their offense is going to be worse now because of that, and that's a big injury that's going to impact them for the rest of this series and part of the LCS, at least if they make it that far. But they got to win 3 games here are the next 4 that they play. They're behind in that series 1-0. So that'll be it for me in this episode, everybody. Thank you for watching this one here as the LDS begins. If you want to see more from me, remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll come out with more shortly here of the playoffs. Game 2s will come at you next time for, across, all these series here. We'll have Game 2s that will show you next time in the next video. Make sure you subscribe so that you know when that video comes out, and I will see all of you guys in the next episode. Hope you all made it through the weather. It snowed quite a bit here in Tennessee where I am at this past weekend, so kind of cool, kind of reminded me of home, actually, in Colorado to see all the snow on the ground. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great week as well, and God bless.